A breeze of cool wind and warm rays of sun hit my face while walking along the sidewalk away from the Academy Sports and Outdoors, towards the Tools and Timber outside Garden Center. Cracking open the ice-cold ultra-white Monster energy drink made it fizz up and spill on my index finger. I chugged it and tossed it into a nearby trash can. Reaching into my front jacket pocket, I pulled out the neck gaiter, spread it open and slid it down my head. Doing so made me notice some sweat from my nervousness. Concealing my identity would be easy. From the base of my neck, I grabbed the front of the face shield to pull it above my nose to cover everything but my eyes. Figured it would be too obvious I was acquiring product without payment if I put the hoodie up so it stayed down. I brought out my phone and switched the camera to the front view. My pixie cut framed my face and covered most of my forehead, just enough to stay unnoticed. The blue gaiter contrasted with my skin, making it pop. I stared into my own eyes beyond the digital screen. This was me. And I was about to actually do this. This is for my family, I told myself, muffled underneath the gaiter. My heart began racing, and the caffeine was not helping. I walked towards the garden center door. It was wide open, and even through the mask I smelled a mix of fertilizer, dirt, and flowers. As I passed the metal roll-up door, I felt the humidity in the air. The sprinklers had been on to keep all the plants watered. The concrete floor was soggy, and signs were posted up about being cautious with the wet floors. Guess they won't be sued for any bodily injuries today. The garden center was quiet other than some small brown birds flying around. The cashier greeted me. She looked to be 5'9", early 20s. Wore a black and white striped long-sleeve shirt beneath her green Tools and Timber vest. Ashley is what her name tag had written on it. Her eyes were almond-shaped, and pupils were dark. Skin light as sand with a reddish hue, and straight, glossy black hair. Black winged eyeliner surrounded her eyes, but her lips were bare. The small purple gauges in her ears were hard to miss. Dark blue denim skinny jeans were her choice today, but her shoes were obscured by the desk she stood behind.
Good morning! Welcome to Tools and Timber!
She told me cheerfully with a dimpled smile. This girl looked happy where she was. That's always nice to see. Maybe she has things all figured out. Or maybe it's just an act. I waved at her. Good morning, ma'am, I told her with a sickly voice. How are you doing? I continued.
I'm doing good today,
she said with her hands behind her back and a tilt in her neck. I knew it was time to stop messing around, so I nodded my head and made my eyes look like I was smiling beneath the mask and turned to continue on my mission. I walked to the left into the main aisle of the garden center and continued forward to the glass sliding door that led into the store, the entrance to the inside lawn and garden center. As I approached the door, I heard a small noise behind some vases and pots. I was already on edge, so something that small still startled me. I was curious to find out what it was, however, so I took a few steps toward the old, rusty planter shelf. This time, I saw a newspaper being pushed from the back of the shelf with a light rustling. Was this a rat or wild creature? Maybe even a snake? I took one more step towards it and out popped one of the cutest cats. A black and white one. It had blue eyes and began walking towards me. Meow, it said loudly, almost inviting me towards it. I crouched down to get closer to the ground, slowly reached my hand out towards its head and patted it. I don't know much about cats since I've only raised my Milo, but I've heard they don't like being touched in certain ways. But it didn't lash out at me. In fact, it walked to my ankles and began rubbing its sides against my calves. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Vanessa, but you can call me Ness, I told the cat. But of course it just looked up at me with a blank expression. Listen, I'll be back. I just got to take care of some business. I stood up and continued, walking towards the sliding door. As it opened, I heard the cat meowing behind me. I pressed forward and entered the store. As I entered, a rush of cold air hit me from top to bottom. I felt it especially on my perspired forehead. In the air, I picked up a whiff of something that smelled almost poisonous. And well, it was the insect-killing chemicals, go figure. I walked further into the department, past some patio furniture, some black and yellow plastic storage totes. I took a hard look down the aisles at the signs. I'm not trying to talk to any more employees if I can help it, especially not for directions. I saw suspended in the air a sign that had a list. Pressure washers and generators were part of it. Perfect, I thought. That's going to be my gold mine. With a confident stride, I walked to the aisle. On the side beneath some shelving, there was a green flat metal cart with 6 wheels. The center 2 are meant to allow the cart to turn in place with no momentum needed. Perfect if I needed to juke anybody out who dares to try and stop me. I gripped and pulled the large flat cart away from the shelving. It was the loudest metal grinding sound I have ever heard. Shit, I bet you can hear this damn thing a mile away, I said while aligning it with the main aisle. I started pushing it to the pressure washer aisle. It sounded like hail slamming on top a metal corrugated roof. The racket had everybody staring at me. All of these people apparently have nothing better to do. An employee was standing off to the side of the aisle. He was around 6 feet tall, black, wearing a Tools End timber snapback cap. His frame was powerful with wide shoulders and large chest. His beard was trimmed and he was bald. He wore a teal polo shirt being covered by his employee vest. His name tag said Tyrone. He had a happy face on, like he really liked his job, or was just in a good mood.
Yeah, I hate that one,
he told me.
That cart gives everyone problems. Let me get you a better one so you can have a smooth ride,
he continued. Thanks, I'll be down here on aisle 33. My voice carried towards Tyrone as he walked away. That loud shopping cart getting quieter. Just 5 meters away from the pressure washer aisle, 5 meters from thousands of dollars. Excitement rushed through my body. Though the underlying emotion of anxiety was prominent enough to make my heart skip a beat. Taking steps further into the aisle, the tools were surrounding my vision. Left to right, yellow DeWalt and red Craftsman. Tens of thousands of dollars for the taking. It was a hard choice to make. The generators especially. The Honda inverter ones are worth $1,299 each. If I can convince Tyrone that I need 4 of them for an event being hosted, then even after losing value but selling them as new, that's likely $950 each. Though taking it slower and methodically would be smarter. After all, 6 days is plenty of time to save Milo. Some caster wheels from a cart were making noise to the left of me, much quieter than the ones before. My arms were crossed when I turned to look at who was approaching.
Find anything you like, miss?
Tyrone questioned with an exhausted yet kind face.
Is it for home or business?
Isrania. That's what these employees are taught to say. This guy is a corporate drone. He plays by the rules and will be easy to deceive. Yeah, it's for my business. I have a huge event I'm hosting and have been needing some equipment. It's going to be at South Padre Island, plenty of music, lights, and a bar. Saying everything with absolute conviction in my voice, looked to be selling. This bullshit. Yeah, I'm a DJ and don't want a loud generator ruining my sound mixing. So I'm needing some inverter generators. It's going to span 2 stages, everyone is going there. But then it crossed my mind. The month is February. Shit.
Oh, sweet. So EDM or something like that? I guess it's gonna be a spring break festival just trying to get everything together early, huh?
Perfect. I didn't even consider that, but I'm glad that he assumed so. Yep, gotta beat the crowd and all these upcoming changes to the world economy I've been hearing about. I told him with a smile. It's all coming together now. This guy's assumptive attitude and customer service-focused rhetoric is aligning all the stars for me. Now it's just a matter of him unlocking the cage the generators are behind.
So these are a lot of generators. What was your name?
He questioned. The name's DJ V, I told him. Damn it, this guy sure knows how to keep me talking. No way he is suspicious, right? He reached out his right hand. He had a scratched-up Apple Watch with a navy blue band.
The name is Tyrone. I'm the department manager of Inside Lawn and Garden. Been doing this for 6 years now, and I love it.
Tyrone claimed with a little grin.
And now I get to meet a big-time DJ too? I might have to get an autograph or something.
Okay, this guy is seriously putting up a fucking act. There's no way he is being serious now. By the time I comprehended this, his hand was out for about 5 seconds. But the sly bastard put his hand down and told me.
Oh, right. You are sick, aren't you? Got the virus, huh? People don't really mask up anymore, but I can understand Ms. V.
He was such a perceptive asshole. Too bad he was wasting his potential here. He knelt down to the product cage to unlock it. The padlock used a 4-digit combination. Without making it too obvious, I tried getting a glimpse of the code. But his large hands and the angle he held, it made it impossible to get a good look. Click. The padlock opened up. Tyrone stood up using the left gate as a crutch.
Ms. DJV,
He stated while facing away from me.
I don't know if you know this, but I have something that may help you.
He continues.
Here at Tools and Timber, we have a few different credit options. For your business, we can get you set up with a pro account where you can earn rewards. And on this first purchase, you will get $100 off. What do you say?
This guy and his damn spiel. Honestly, if I wasn't about to walk out with 4 of his generators and my credit wasn't shit, I would have signed up. No thank you, I firmly tell him. I'm closing on a house soon and cannot make any hard pulls on my credit. Otherwise, I'd love to. That would have shut him up if he was a regular guy, but Tyrone, well, he was built different.
I completely understand, Mrs. V. The good thing is, by using the EIN number of your business, we can actually get you an approved line of business credit, all without considering or pulling your own credit. I can send you a link now. What's your phone number?
He seriously knows all the answers to these objections. Son of a bitch. I politely tell him, I don't have an EIN. I'm just a sole proprietor for now, but I'm going to incorporate soon though. This is going on far too long. I just need these damn generators.
Well, I understand, Ms. V. Just wanted to see if I can help you out. Guess it's time to get these generators loaded for you.
Finally, some progress. Yes, I'm going to need 4 of them. I'll give you a hand, Tyrone. I need to warm up anyway. I bend over and touch my toes, then squat down to the ground, getting a decent stretch in my calves up to my hamstrings.
You grab that side and I'll grab this one.
His demeanor was kind and energetic. I could learn a lot about being happier if we were friends. Never in my life have I acted like this at my job, and especially not as genuinely. Damn, I'm really about to betray this guy, aren't I? We got all 4 generators loaded on the cart. He gripped onto the metal handle.
Where'd you park, Ms. V? I saw you coming from the outside garden center. We can go to that register and get you checked out quickly.
Fuck, he even knows where I entered the building from. Good grief. Yeah, that'll work, I told him.
Great. It's a heavy cart, so I'll push it over to the register, and heck, I'll even help you load your new generators, DJV.
I didn't expect this bullshit. How the hell do those crackheads I saw on TikTok do it so easily? Guess I'm not a true criminal yet. Now I'm going to have to actually pry this cart away from him. His biceps are as thick as my thighs and his forearms are as wide as my calves. As we walk down to the garden center door that leads outside, I see the cat from earlier walking across.
You see that cat, DJV? Her name is Suki, a girl a bit younger than you name her. It's supposed to be Japanese, but I haven't Googled what it means in English.
Just a bunch of small talk from him, but meaningful small talk. Not, how's your day? Nice weather, huh? None of that bullshit. His fists clench down as we pass through the door threshold. Looks like he could be preparing for me to dash out with the cart. Perhaps it's just something he does to flex his muscles. We are 10 meters from the cash register. There is a line. An elderly white lady about 74 years old with a basket full of plants. A Hispanic man mid-20s with a baseball cap and Oakley glasses wearing cowboy boots and a Carhartt t-shirt. He had a flat shopping cart full of the cheap red mulch and gray pavers. Lastly, there is a woman, skulking around not actually in the line, but not far enough that you wouldn't consider her part of it. She looked slim. I couldn't see her face, but her posture suggested she would be mid to later 30s. She wore camouflaged cargo pants and had a black t-shirt on. I saw a white American flag on the right sleeve. She had a black JanSport backpack as well. Looked full. The shopping cart she was pushing contained a DeWalt power drill and a Craftsman power tool kit. After profiling her, I knew this bitch was going to make a run for it. And perfect timing. Maybe I can even grab her things too. As the Hispanic man finished checking out and paying, the woman started walking forward but past the cash register. Ashley was still manning it and called out,
Ma'am, I'm going to need your receipt. Ma'am, I gotta check your receipt.
She did not stop walking. Then I saw a blur in my vision. Tyrone dashed towards that woman in such a way that was incredible yet comical. He had to be 255 pounds or more, and just seeing him accelerate to catch her was amazing to witness. I know the employees here can only interact with anybody suspected of shoplifting within the four walls of the store. Beyond that, yeah, people will get written up or even terminated. This dumbass woman is my ticket out. My ticket to save my Milo. My feet moved quicker than I could think. It was all instinct. My hands grabbed tightly onto the green shopping cart. My palms were sweaty, and I swear it felt like Eminem's song. The mix of caffeine, rage. The anxiety of losing my Milo gave me tunnel vision. Everything a blur. Tyrone and the bitch just silhouettes. The light at the end of the tunnel was literally in front of me. No second chances. If I fail here, I might as well give up. A rush of adrenaline flooded my body, legs moving on their own. Every muscle went numb like I was on autopilot. Tyrone stood beside of the woman asking for proof of purchase. This cart, with generators, weighed more than me. But I pushed with all my effort to build up momentum, then slowed down to the side of the woman's shopping cart and grabbed what she was trying to take. The power drill and tool set. I laid them on top of my new generators with a loud thump.
Hey, what the hell, DJ V? Is this some kind of joke?
Tyrone yelled out.
Hey slut, give me back my tools. I just need to find my receipt.
The woman claimed in a raspy voice. I didn't even look at her. These people are just wasting my time. And now just 3 meters from the finish line, nobody can stop me. With discretion out of the window, Tyrone cannot even attempt to catch me because he is just a manager and not a loss prevention associate. Doing so would get him written up or fired. Passing the threshold of the store, I'm in the clear. Vision still blurred, heart racing, and tears on my face soaking into my blue mask. I try to ground myself and remember where my vehicle was at the other parking lot. I start walking quickly to the crosswalk, trying to maintain a pace that doesn't look like I just stole $5,500 worth of merchandise from a multi-billion-dollar company.